Hey, what's up, Jelly Beans? It's me, Megan Kerstetter, and welcome to my art channel. And today I'm going to be working on an illustration that I actually had finished way back forever ago, but kept putting off because I was like, I want it to be a special occasion and I want it to, come after all these other videos and stuff. And then I lost track of myself because we all know how good I am at that, and ended up waiting way too long. So now I'm doing the voiceover and I'm just going to go for it and share it with you because I really want to post the finished image up online. And it's in a few places, but not like on my Facebook or my DeviantArt or Twitter and stuff. And I really want to share it with people because it's one of my favorite pictures that I have done in the past year. Because, your girl be like, yeah, I can wait a whole year to post up a video that I made. Yeah. Anyway, one of the reasons that I really like this image so much is I really planned out the construction of the character's form. I went on to Pinterest and Tumblr and all these different sites just to get an idea of how do people make characters look so nice, solid, not flat, because sometimes my stuff comes out a little flat and I don't like it, and I always see these nice kind of construction lines underneath characters, and of course I try to do that too, but I don't always feel like I'm successful at it. Like I said, I feel like sometimes my stuff looks really flat in places, and I just really wanted to take the time to get a solid form and kind of express more of the style that I'm kind of leaning towards now. I felt like this image kind of broke through whatever barrier was between me and the style that I want to use right now. And mostly what I think it was is it came down to commitment. I just always have such a hard time committing myself to a specific style because I'm always thinking, but I could also do it this way, and what if this way's better? But then that throws me off and inhibits the potential of the work. If I'm always trying to do things in a way that is not comfortable to me, or just because I think no one's going to take these big-eyed, bubbly, cute characters seriously. I've had this thing in the past where it's like, don't draw your eyes and stuff so big, or don't make things look super cute because, you want to be not that kind of artist. But I kind of had to ask myself, why don't I want to be that kind of artist? I don't think it was because that kind of art is bad or inferior. Somehow I got it in my head that something that is girly and fluffy and cute is somehow inferior to other art, and I just don't really want to live my life like that anymore. So I've embraced it. I just went with it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do everything that I usually try not to do, and it worked. And of course I still like other styles where things are sharper, messier, more loose, but it's been nice just to know that I have this really clean graphic style that I am able to work in, and yeah, I can show it to people and be like, this is what I can do, while also being able to say, I can also do other things as well. Thinking about it, I realized I put a lot of things in here that I guess I've been told, that's cliche or something of that nature. So the big eyes, I keep going on about that, those anime-esque eyes. I was like, I'm going for it. Even if somebody else once told me, you got to make the eyes look like they're in the head. You do those big eyes, they look not, they just don't look good or whatever. And I don't know if that's, that's an opinion. Art is subjective. Another thing that someone once told me was foxes are super cliche, kitsune, characters are cliche, and I was like, well, screw that, I'm going to do a beautiful kitsune picture. Now that I'm talking about it, I realized that the people that had said some of these things to me are people that I look up to and respect a lot, and I think the chances are that they didn't say something specifically to be like, no, this is wrong. They probably were saying things more like, I don't like doing things this way, or I don't think it's as effective to do things this way. But ultimately, I get to make the decision on how my art looks and how I want to implement all that I do in it. Back to the image, I was super inspired by kitsune. I just really like foxes, and I think magical spirit foxes are pretty much the coolest things ever. I can't tell if she's a kitsune or if she's like a magical girl or a goddess. I kind of think she's like a sun fox goddess. And that's the abstract idea I have in my head. I'm just going to call this, what am I going to call this? Fox goddess. Yeah. I'm going to have to put sun in there somewhere. I know she has an affinity for fire, and yeah, that was really important to me. I wanted to use a lot of bold reds that would stand out, as well as gold, because I think gold eyes are one of the coolest things on characters, and of course, to mimic that throughout the piece, I put it in these metal ornaments on her head and on her armor, because your girl, she's gonna go into battle and she's gonna look good. And I love her necklace so much, and her gloves, and just everything about her outfit is so pretty, and I'm really proud of it. I think I did really well with the cell shading on this. I really, really, really simplified it down to just one layer. I didn't want to go overboard and do multiple layers of cell shading, which is something that I've been doing for the past year now. But I thought, this really works. One thing that does help to elevate a cell shaded style, especially if you're not going to do multiple layers, would be to make soft transitions with your shadows and your light. So you can see I'm selecting pieces of the character and going over those spots with either some light, feathery brushes. So it's basically a low opacity soft brush. And that was another thing that was told to me once in school. Don't ever paint with with a big soft round brush. And that is correct. But I took it the wrong way. I thought, oh, you never use one. There's no reason to ever use one. And in fact, there are times when you can, and that is when you're using it very specifically. I think it's really important to know when to use your tools. If you're just using your tools willy-nilly and you don't really have a rhyme or reason for it, and that can be a good thing in some ways, when you're experimenting and trying to find how you want to work. But when you know how to use the tools that you have and use them very specifically, that's when you can do amazing work. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, what I'm saying is you can use a big soft brush so long as you know how to do it well, or any other brush for that matter. Really, the biggest thing that it comes down to is decision making, which, let me tell you, I understand if you have a struggle making decisions or being precise or direct with what you want to say, because I don't know, I'm just always very open-minded about what I want to do. But I realized that was holding me back as an artist in some ways. And this is not to say this will be the only way I will work from now on, but it gives people a better idea of the things that I can do. Another nice thing is, now that I have multiple years of experience under my belt, especially after college. It's been 5 years, or about 5 years since I graduated, and I've been able to elevate the things that I learned there. My stuff when I first came out of college, it was good for the time, because when I first went in, I was not as talented as I thought I was or secretly hoped I was. I learned that I had a lot to learn. And now I feel like I've finally gotten to a point where I'm really nailing some of the principles that I was taught. It took 5 extra years of practice, but I'm finally there. The point that I originally was trying to make, though, was I have multiple images that I can show to people and say, hey, I can paint like this. I can do illustrations with kind of a rough style that's sort of reminiscent of cel shading, and then I can do graphic design like work. I don't just have one type of style in my portfolio, but I have enough work for each of those styles to show that I'm proficient in all of them, or I like to think I'm relatively proficient in them. For whatever project you have, if you want something done in a way that's not as graphic and smooth and clean as my cel-shaded work or my cartoon work, I can do something that's more illustrative. And if you're looking for something like a painting, well, I'm working on learning how to do that, and I've got a couple of portraits and stuff that I have in my portfolio to show that I'm capable of doing it. Might take me a little bit longer, but it's there. And yeah, it's just stuff that I'm really happy with and proud of, and I don't know, I'm just in a really good mood today. I've been feeling really productive lately, guys. Actually, you probably noticed 3 videos have come out on the channel within like a week of each other, a week and a half of each other. Don't know how long that's going to last, but, I'm going to try to stay motivated and keep putting stuff out. And, of course, you'll see stuff on my Instagram and Facebook page and my Twitter, and my DeviantArt, because I'm just kind of throwing up I put up 5 years worth of art that I didn't put up there because I kind of gave up on DeviantArt at one point, and now I've decided that I don't want to do that anymore and give it a chance again. Might even have prints available on there. I'm not really sure where I'm going to go with that right now, but I do know that I want to be able to offer prints to you guys for images like this one that I'm really proud of, and I want to purchase one for myself. And of course I can go to Walmart or someplace and get something printed on photo paper, but I really want to share. So if any of you fellow artists or people who buy prints have any information you can give me on places that you like to get them from, let me know. I would really appreciate it. And please let me know what you think of this piece of artwork, because I would like to hear your opinions. And if you've ever had times where maybe you've taken something the wrong way and thought, oh, I can never use that in my art again, maybe mention that in the comments below and we'll have a discussion about it. And thanks for watching, and I cannot wait to see you later. Also, you guys are awesome. I'm never going to forget that at the end. You guys are awesome. Don't you forget it either. Bye!